Welcome and good evening, all. Now, I introduce the guest, Dr. P. Shobharani, Senior Medical Officer, worked in Jindal Nature Cure Institute from 2016 to 2019. Joined as Ayush Medical Officer, NRMH Telangana since 2008 to 2015, delivering various lecture on topics stress management, diabetes, hypertension, etc. Established a hospital in year 2000 at Nizamabad and conducted health camps. Worked as chief editor for Kaya Raksha monthly magazine 2001 to 2016 at SPG Kaya Kalpa and Research Center. I invite Dr. P. Shobharani ma'am to start her session.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Mm, so already introduction has been given about me. So the actually this is naturopathy about tomorrow being the International Yoga Day. So it is a brief talk about what actually yoga and naturopathy is. Because International Yoga Day is something about the yoga to be done worldwide. Internationally, it is being celebrated. So, naturopathy and yoga, being a doctor in naturopathy and yoga, we have a very important role to play in this program. So, I thank you everybody who has organized all this program to reach the people to know get some knowledge about naturopathy and yoga. So, first thing is to start at home. That is the topic which has been given to me. Start at home means what it is that we have to start at home naturally. This is naturally. Naturally means it is nature. In nature, everything is natural. So in yoga and naturopathy also, everything is everything natural. Natural means whatever is available in the nature. See, whatever available in the nature means the five great elements which we use basically to do everything in our system for the treatment part or for the preventive part, whatever it may be, we just use these five great elements of nature which God has given us. So to in naturopathy, starting at home means what can we do to prevent to have a good health at home, not going anywhere for medicines or whatever. How can we maintain our health sitting just at home without doing any other medical treatments? So this is basically it is about the prevention of the disease. We should say prevention means at the first place not to allow any disease to enter our body. That is to do that we have to first take care of our health in all means. Like we have to take care of our health in body as such. Our body is made up of physical body and mental body and spiritual body. So this is the classification of our body. Physical body means physical health. In physical health, what all comes under physical health? Physical health is nothing but keeping the body, all the systems in our physical body, whatever is visible, like it but comes to anatomy and physiology of our body, and all the hormonal systems, all these things, they come under physical body. So first thing is to maintain our physical health. How can we maintain our physical health? Physical health is keeping all our systems in the body correct in a proper way. It means that whatever we are consuming, see, whatever we consume, that is our body. Whatever we intake, whatever we eat, whatever we drink, that is what our body becomes. Because whatever food we are taking in, that itself gives nourishment to our body, and that is the first medicine in naturopathy. In our natural nature system, the food which we consume is the first medicine. Food, so the food which we are taking into our body, it has to be healthy. See, basically, in our country, there are two major reasons, two major causes of most of the diseases. One is malnutrition. Malnutrition means either it is overnutrition or it is undernutrition. These are the two major uh, issues which we are having in our country at the moment. In overnutrition, either we eat more than what is required, means whatever the body requires, the food which for one person, for an average person, a middle-aged person, the food which is required is either it is he is taking more than what he is requiring, or he is taking less than what is required, especially in urban places. In urban places, the problem is with overnutrition, because most of the people, they will be consuming more than what is required, either with whatever the reasons may be. And in rural places, in our rural India, rural places, most the important cause for most of the problems in rural areas is undernutrition. Malnutrition, undernutrition, especially iron deficiency, folic acid deficiency, calcium deficiency. All these deficiencies will be commonly prevalent, especially in a woman. Women, in women, most of the deficiencies will be there. So these are the main reasons, like the nutrition. When the nutrition is not being taken in a proper way, see the food which we are consuming, actually it has to be like a medicine. If we can consume the food in a medicine way, in a in the form of medicine, it can give us optimal health. Means, like for example, we have to take carbohydrates. That is the most important part of our diet. Carbohydrate is the largest portion. Next comes to proteins. Proteins also we need for the body to grow. Third one is fats and oils and fats. That is also required for the body. And after that comes our vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals which are present in most of all of our freshly available vegetables and fruits. See, whatever food we need to take, whatever food we are consuming, it should be as natural as possible. Means, after growing, once the fruits, vegetables, cereals, whatever is grown in the plant kingdom, these things, if we can consume them in the most natural way, means without much processing. Nowadays, everybody is going for processed food, tinned food, all those things, and deep fried food for taste. They will be very much more people are going towards the taste of the food, and going for the taste, they are spoiling actually the nutrient value of most of the foods. Once the food is being consumed in a tasty form, most of the nutrient value of the food is already destroyed before it is consumed. Means, during the process of cooking only, the most of the nutrients they get destroyed. So that is a major problem, because of which people are getting lot of health issues. Nowadays, obesity, overweight has become a very, very common problem in most of the people. Either in even in villages also, and in urban areas also, obesity is becoming one of the most common problem. Anywhere you go, you can find, especially central obesity people. So what is the reason for this is they are not taking the proper food. The food which actually has to be consumed, they are not taking. And they are taking all, either we can say it is a junk food or processed food or fried food, all those things. And soft drinks, cool drinks, all these things which cause a lot of harm to the system. First place, they cause problem to the digestive system. Digestive system means whatever we are consuming, it needs to be digested properly. When the food which you are taking in is already processed, is not in a natural way. See, our body is natural, is a part of nature. So whatever we are consuming, if we can consume it in a natural way, so it can be digested properly, and then it can be assimilated properly, means absorption. whatever food we are consuming, once it is being digested properly, then only it can be absorbed. The nutrients from the food can be uh, absorbed into the system, and we get the nourishment from that food. And then the elimination of that from the food, whatever waste remains from the food, also get easily eliminated, because these foods naturally, the food which is naturally available, they are so rich in fiber content. So fiber is one of the very important thing for proper digestion and elimination also. So once the food is being consumed, all these things have to be taken care of. Another major thing which is very important is the food. People nowadays, what we see is they just eat food because it is the time for having food. Most of the people, they are doing it. See, one is hunger, another one is appetite. Hunger means when actually our body is needing food. In that time, even if the food doesn't taste very good, it it tastes very, uh, it will be very tasty to our tongue, to our palate, because when it is the time when actually the body needs the food. But most of the times, what we are doing nowadays is there are so many concepts. Eat every 2 hours, yeah, every 2 hours you should eat something, or every 3 to 4 hours you should keep consuming something or the other, and you should take a lot of proteins in the food because they are bodybuilding. You will have very good health with all that. But if we are not having appetite, actual hunger means if the body is not hungry at the moment, whatever we consume, it cannot be digested properly, it cannot be eliminated properly. It just becomes a burden to the system. So in our system, in naturopathy, what we say, there is one Sanskrit sloka, Langanam Paramaushadam, means fasting is our best medicine. How can we say that fasting is our best medicine? See, fasting, whenever we do fasting, what we are doing, people usually think that fasting means it is just starvation, we are starving from food. No, but it is not true. Fasting is when the moment we are withdrawing food from the uh, person, food is being withdrawn, the first thing which happens in our body is body starts cleansing. The cleansing process, what we also call it as detoxification. Cleansing means when the moment we withhold food from the body, food from the person, food is not being taken, consumed. First thing which happens is all the toxins. Detoxification means all the toxins from the system. Either it can be endotoxins or it can be exotoxins. Endotoxins means the toxins which are formed inside the body, within the cells. It can be in the digestive system, it can be in the cells. Each and every cell of the body does produce toxins. So one is endotoxins, another one exotoxins. Means whatever is coming from outside, which we consume in the form of food, if we are consuming, or it can be in the form of some pollution, or it can be mental pollution also. Because nowadays, as everybody knows, there is so much of stress among people. So that also can produce a lot of toxins inside the system. So all these toxins, what happens is the moment we are withholding food, all these toxins start getting into the GI tract, either GI tract or whatever, any or eliminative organs. We have so many eliminative organs in the body. So the moment we start doing fast, all these eliminative channels become very active. In the sense, eliminative channels, there are different organs which eliminate the toxins from the body. First one is our large intestine. Second one being our kidneys through urine. Third one, skin. Skin is the very largest excretory organ. Afterwards comes lungs. Lungs, we inhale and exhale. Every inhalation, we take in oxygen inside, and exhalation, we remove carbon dioxide and all the poisonous gases which are inside the system. So all these organs, they become very active during the fasting. So, but we have to be very well versed about what actually happens during the fast. So this is a beautiful therapy, we should say, the fasting therapy, which we can do comfortably at our home. At least if we can do weekly once fasting, one day in a week also, if we can do fast, means staying the whole day only on liquids. It can be either only water, or it can be coconut water, or it can be with honey water or lemon juice. So any liquids, if we take the whole day, body can it actually, the moment we are doing fasting, it's a great help to our system because it gets rest. Digestive system gets rest. All the systems they get rest so that it gets a chance to be rejuvenated. Rejuvenated in the sense, the when once the body gets detoxified, all the toxins get removed from the system. Either it can be in the form of loose motions, it can be sometimes even people get vomitings during the fast. Sometimes they get rashes in the on the skin. Sometimes too much of urine output will be there, and sometimes also the you can also get temperature fever. Normal fever means little higher than the normal temperature. So when we are doing fasting, the body actually what it does is, the any toxins, any foreign matter inside our system, our WBC number increases. So WBC number increasing means the normal temperature increases a little bit than normal, little above the normal temperature. 98-degree Fahrenheit means at least it can be zero point 0.5 degrees or maybe 1 or 1.5 degree above the normal temperature. So even this is a, these things we call it as healing crisis. All these things we call healing crisis. Healing crisis. Healing means healing the body from within. Crisis means the problems which we get during the healing process. So these are the things, if we get to know about all such things, it is very easy to keep our health to optimum level. So this is one thing, fasting, and we need to be in touch with a professional doctor or naturopathy doctor to do such fastings, because you need to understand what it is actually first. Because for doing fast, mental preparation is very very important. If you don't know about the pros and cons of fasting, simply if you start doing it, it can do more harm than benefit. So that is not correct. So first you need to understand properly what actually is fast. So that is one thing which we can do. That's a beautiful therapy which we can do simply without any support, without any. We don't need any medicines. We doesn't need anything. Another thing which I would like to say here is animal. All other in nature, everything except human being. They all do fasting whenever they are sick. It may be animals or animal kingdom, anything. All the animals, they do fasting. If you observe them, whenever they are sick, they don't eat anything. They just take rest. They keep drinking water, and they do fast. So that is something related to nature. That is what is nature. And another thing, we need to consume enough water. See, many people, what we see is they don't consume enough water because 70% of our body is made up of water. So if we can consume at least 3 to 4 liters minimum of water per day, that is a medicine. And just consuming proper water all the day from morning to evening can prevent so many things. Even stone formations, kidney stones, it can be liver stones, and basic thing is digestion. For proper digestion, see, the moment we are having food, at that time we should not drink water, because the gastric juice that is secreted in the stomach. It will be digesting the food. So whatever food we are consuming at that time, we should not drink water. After consuming food, after 1 to 2 hours, we should keep drinking water at least 1 glass per hour. At least 1 glass per hour if we drink throughout the day, that that helps in the process of digestion. At the same time, in assimilation also, water is very much required. And even for purification of the blood, water is very very important. Yeah. And another thing, for elimination. Elimination means when we are consuming food after digestion and assimilation, elimination is very, very important. If elimination is not happening properly, then that is also a problem, because then everything goes is not in under control. So morning, first thing in the morning when we get up, at least 1 liter of water we can drink. After that, we can go to motion, go for toilet, and if you are getting a normal motion, that's good and fine. If not, we can do yoga. Morning minimum activities means yoga, walking, or some outdoor activities. Yoga is the best medicine here again. Yoga in the morning, if we can do, that is very, 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 very useful. If we can do for 40 minutes to 1 hour yoga in the morning, that will help in giving even doing proper elimination as well, and at the same time it keeps all the systems in the body to the optimal level. So 1 hour, after 1 hour of yoga we can drink another second time, again half to at least 1 liter of water you can consume. And in after yoga, when we consume again second time water, we can even try to go for motions second time also. This also helps in preventing so many gastric problems. So many gastric problems can be prevented having just by drinking water second time and going for toilet second time. So this is a very, very basic thing which can help in so many problems, in so many different problems. Just even these gastric problems which have become very, very common nowadays. Gas problem, acidity problem, indigestion problem. All these things, just if you drink water properly and if you take proper food, that itself can give lot of results. And another major thing is this after having this second time water and having breakfast. So coming to our breakfast, it has to be very light. See, the name itself says breakfast. Fast means fasting. The whole night we are doing fast means the all night we are not eating anything. Morning first thing whatever we are taking as a breakfast, it should be as light as possible. Means it can be fruits, it can be vegetable juice, or it can be some porridge, light porridge if somebody is having diabetes or some chronic problems, very weak patients are there. They can just have some porridge sort of thing like oats. It can be ragi or it can be millets, it can be oats, something like that porridge they can have in the breakfast. Another so it has to be as light as possible. Second thing is lunch. Lunch, whatever we consume, the best meal, the complete meal which we take in a day, it has to be taken, consumed in between 10 and 2 o'clock. These 4 hours, this is the time which the gastric juice secretion is the maximum. The maximum amount of gastric juice is secreted in between 10 and 2. That is the time when the sun is above our head. So that is the time when we have maximum appetite. So this has to be a complete meal. Like it can contain pulkas without oil, or it can be brown rice, or it can be ragi, along with some cereals, two pulkas. Along with it, we can take some vegetables. Vegetables have to be as prepared as cooked as simply as possible. Just boiled vegetables without any spices in them. If we are able to consume in that manner, the it will be utilized by our system to the maximum extent. Very useful. And along with it, a small bowl of curd you can take. So this is a complete lunch you can have. And afterwards, after the lunch, after 1 to 2, after 2 hours after the lunch, then we can keep drinking only water. And the next meal which we have to take after the lunch, it should not be before 6 hours, because the food which we are taking in, it takes time for digestion. In the stomach itself, it takes 2 to 3 hours. After that, it needs to be the nutrients have to be absorbed. So all this in the small intestine. So for all these things to happen, total it takes 6 hours. 5 to 6 hours is the minimum time before we can have another meal. So so this is also one major thing which can prevent lot of problems. Third, after coming to dinner time. Dinner time, it has to whatever dinner you are taking, it should be very light and as early dinner as possible. Early dinner means Around 6 o'clock, you can take it. 6 to 7, maximum 7 o'clock. After sunset, food there you should not take any food. But nowadays, what we are seeing is either it is software jobs and all that. People are waking up all night and they are sleeping all day. That is one of the major problem which is causing so many hormonal problems, so many digestive problems, stress related problems, because the whole night when they are waking up, and they, even if they are sleeping the whole day, they cannot get good health, because the proper sleep which we need, it happens only in between. If we can sleep around 10 o'clock, in between 9 and 10, there is a hormone called melatonin which is required to get proper sleep, good sound sleep. So this hormone is secreted only during this period, 9 to 10, maximum 10 to 10:30. So if you can sleep during that time, you get a very good sleep, sound sleep, which we say, without any disturbances. So if we can get a proper sleep from starting from 10 o'clock to morning, maybe 5 o'clock, 4 to 5 o'clock, it can be 6 hours to 8 hours is the maximum period. 6 hours is the optimal period of sleep which we require. If it is 8 hours means, it depends also upon our daily routine, daily day-to-day activities. See, once upon a time, there was, in olden days, people used to do a lot of work. Physical work should be there, used to be there. So much of physical work they used to do, at least 3 to 4 hours work they used to do from morning to evening. Because whatever work, house it may be, household work or outside work, whichever work they used to do, lot of exercise in the work itself. They used to burn a lot of calories. They used to use so much of muscles in it. But and in that time, whatever they used to eat, even if they used to eat 3 to 4 meals a day, they used to digest it very easily, because they were doing so much of activities, they were burning so much of energy. But the problem with our present time is, everything, most of all of us come under only sedentary lifestyles. We all are leading just sedentary lifestyles. Sedentary lifestyle means, whatever the work we are doing, it is only like there is no physical activity involved in it. Everything is just with a switch. We put all machines. We are having machines for everything in the household, inside the house, either it is washing clothes, or it is cooking food, or it is whatever inside the house, everything we are having machines, because we are trying to simplify, we are trying to uh, live a life of luxuries. That is what we are doing. With so much of technology, so many machinery has come. Just with switching one button, everything can be done so easily. We don't have to do any work at all. Even if we are going outside, even if we have to go 100 meters also, we need a vehicle. Either it is a two-wheeler or it may be a four-wheeler, any vehicle. Without vehicle, we have we're not walking at all. There is no walking. Earlier, people used to walk for kilometers, for miles together distance. They used to have a very good health. And in those times, there was no medicines, very minimal medicine. Even if any medicines they used to consume, that were used to be only herbal medicines. That too, only household, home remedies, what we say. Whatever is available in the kitchen, with that only uh, they used to manage any problems. Most of the problems they used to manage with inside the house only, just with simple remedies. Like, for example, like if there is some stomach pain, they used to give ajwain and soft. With these things, they just prepare one decoction and they just used to have it. Or they used to rub castor oil on the stomach. If stomach, even for small children, for babies, I should say, infants, few month old baby. Nowadays, what happens is, even if a baby is getting some stomach pain, baby is crying, baby is not getting in any relief, they just rush to specialist doctors, and then the aesthetic situation is there. They are giving so many medicines to even small children. So how does the health come to us from the child itself? See, children, and in the small, early age group, we should not need any medicines at all. But nowadays, we are taking so many medicines for each and everything. Even if it is common cold, children are getting cold and cough. They are taking medicines. They are taking antibiotics. Even if it is fever, slight fever, they are getting. They take paracetamol. So many medicines they are taking. Over medication. So when all these things are actually, these are what I earlier told, healing crisis. Healing crisis means body, it's a way of body to heal itself, but we are obstructing it. We are stopping it by putting so many medications. So what is happening at the end? The immunity power is going down. The body's immune system goes very low. Immune system is compromised, because of which in future they may be getting so many health problems, so many diseases come up in a very early age group only, maybe in 10 to 12 years. Children, especially girls also or boys also, they are getting so many hormonal issues nowadays. So the main reason for this is this, because in the very early age, the even for children also, there is no games, there is no outdoor games nowadays. Because of that problem, their hormones are not growing properly, their growth is not proper. They are becoming obese in very early childhood only. They are getting even specs also. Their eyesight is becoming very poor. Small children nowadays, we can see they are having thick glasses. Why? Because even for the children, for very small children also, we are exposing them to these cell phones or internet or computer, all such things. So it's really very, seeing all these things. It's so, we feel so bad. Like why people are going to all such faulty images in early childhood. At least they should not expose to them cell phones because of the glare, the shining, the light of the cell phones or internet, all these things. It is affecting directly the eyesight at the first place, and then the hormones also. So they are developing so many diseases, so many problems they are developing in very early childhood. So that's a problem. And sleep, if sleep is not proper also, we are getting so many issues. So if we can sleep early and wake up early in the morning, that can prevent so many problems. And above that, and another thing, the naturopathy's way of healing. Naturopathy of way of healing is, what we say is, one is unity of disease and unity of cure. Unity of disease means anything, whatever disease we are getting. It, the main reason is the body's healing powers. Healing powers within the body are not proper. If the healing powers are not working properly, that only causes disease. So unity of cure. Cure means the treatment. The treatment which we give is also unity, means there is a common treatment. Common treatment means first body has to undergo a process called detoxification. Detoxification means is nothing but just eliminating of all the toxins and foreign matter from the body is called detoxification. So once we can do get this thing done, it can cure so many problems, most of the problems, except some of the infectious diseases or some emergency medicines. In our nature cure system, we can cure so many problems. But the problem with our treatments is we need a lot of patience, because they are some time consuming. We need time, and we need a lot of patience to do nature cure treatments. And nowadays, because in this fast life, people are not having time for anything. They just want immediate relief. So if they want immediate relief, you have to go for medicine or injections at the first place. So any small problem, they will just take one medicine and get along, because that gets rid of temporarily. Temporarily, they are getting relief from the problem, whatever it is. But if we go to the root cause of the problems, most of the problems, we can, for example, like digestive system, just simple gastritis problem is there. Gastritis means like they are having gas and acidity problem. So their eating habits are not good. They are having irregular eating habits. First, you have to take care of that. If you can correct the eating habits, then there is no problem at all. The gas acidity problem can be solved easily without any medications at all. So all these things are our body is, it is interrelated. Like if we can improve if we can improve our stamina, even there are so many autoimmune diseases. Like autoimmune diseases means like it can be psoriasis, it can be rheumatoid arthritis. So many diseases are there, which nowadays these autoimmune diseases have become very very common. What is autoimmune? See, the immunity is being suppressed at the first place. The moment immunity is being suppressed, then only we are getting these autoimmune problems. So, what is the solution? We have to boost our immunity. How do you boost the immunity? First, we have to get rid of all the unnecessary stuff from the body. And one of the main reason for all these problems is stress. Most of the diseases, 70 to 80% of diseases nowadays today is stress. Either it is work stress or it is stress at home. At home, stress means sometimes what happens is the people inside our home. If the moment you are seeing the face of somebody which is inside your home, you get a lot of stress. But because you cannot get rid of that person, you cannot avoid the situation. You cannot avoid listening to whatever they are saying. So such things, they keep giving constant stress to you. So the stress levels increases only when there is no outlet of this stress. There is when there is no outlet. What happens is it keep building up inside the body, inside our mind, like an bomb, I should say. Like it keeps on building up. So the more stress, and there is no outlet because you cannot share it with anybody. You cannot get it make because you are not able to tolerate something that causes stress. So it slowly and slowly over a period of time, not in a few days. It happens in a long time, like some years continuously. When you are having a lot of stress, it builds up, and then the immunity goes down. And once the immunity goes down, easily you are prone to so many health issues. It can be a very simple problem like fever. Your fever will not be going down, temperature will not be coming down for months together. What is the reason? You have undergone all the tests, whatever is possible, all the malaria, viral fever, typhoid, what everything, what not, dengue, all the tests you have undergone, but still all the things are coming negative. There is no infection also, but the fever is not going down. Ultimately, what happens is the doctor gives one diagnosis: pyrexia of unknown origin, PUO. Pyrexia means fever, unknown origin. There is no reason why you are getting fever, but the fever is not going down. So, in such cases, the body is having a lot of toxins inside the system. So, the moment if we can just detox the body, you can get rid of it easily. Similarly, there are so many other problems. It can be pains also. You can joint pains, arthritis. You can name them like fibromyalgia or arthritis, gout, spondylosis, cervical spondylosis, lumbar spondylosis. There are so many problems. Even these things also can be corrected with nature cure at home only by practicing just simple things like hydrotherapy treatments we can use, like hot and cold compresses we can put on the painful areas, and we can do some exercises. They can be like physiotherapy also exercises we can do, or yoga asanas with some special stretches or some simple asanas, just with sukshma vyayam sort of exercises. Sukshma vyayam means simple joint movements, just flexion and extension of all the joints. Such things, if we can do for arthritis problems, in a very easy way, we can get rid of very chronic type of arthritis also. But we need to have a patience, as I said earlier. We need to do these things over a period of time, like at least for some months we need to practice, because first thing in all such musculoskeletal problems, arthritis problems, our muscles will be very very weak. There will be some inflammation in the joints, there will be some swelling, there will be some pain also. So to get rid of all such things, also detoxification helps very much. Detoxification means like if we can do fast for some time and then have cleansing diet, detox after the fasting, if we can take cleansing diet, eliminative diet, and then constructive diet. Such things if you can get take, so they help to everything. long extent. So these are some things, and coming to the treatment part. See, sorry. So this is all about the prevention of diseases. So if we can take care of our health at home in a very simple way. See, simple means the moment we say simple, there the problem lies. Because the moment we say simple, it is so simple. Because nature is simple only. Nature is not at all complicated. But we are the ones who make it so complicated. Simple problems will be very simple. Nature is very simple. The treatment which we need for all these health related issues, because human body itself is a part of nature, no? So because it is a part of nature, the treatment lies in the nature itself. So the moment we give a chance to the body to heal itself, simply by detoxing the body and improving the immune levels, by improving the healing powers within the body is actually, body takes care of itself. We don't need to do anything from externally. We need not do anything at all, just to take care of all the to take care of our body. We just need to improve, to enhance, to activate our healing powers from within. So one is yoga, pranayama. Yoga means all the asanas. There are so many asanas. Depending upon our health issues, we can do standing asanas, sitting asanas, lying down asanas, prone lying asanas. All these so many asanas, and shavasana. Different asanas we can advocate in different way in to treat different problems. To every problem means either it is hormonal problem, or it is digestion related problem, or it is musculoskeletal problem, or it is uh, any hormonal stress related problems. For everything there is solution in yoga and pranayama. Pranayama is breath control. Breath control is nothing but taking care of inhalations and exhalations just by simple anulom vilom. Anulom vilom means breathing in from the right nostril, breathing out from the left nostril, again breathing in from the right nostril, breathing out from the left, like this. Alternate nostril breathing. Simple breathing techniques with abdominal along with abdominal movements. Like whenever we are doing inhalations, the stomach should come out. Whenever doing exhalations, the stomach should go inside. So such this is the basic principle behind pranayama. So this itself, if you are doing properly, whenever you are exhaling, stomach going inside, and whenever you are inhaling, stomach coming out, this itself can give a lot of benefits to our system. Like with the abdominal movements along with the pranayama, if we are practicing, that is a massage to the stomach, because most of the organs which are there in the stomach, for all the organs, it is a massage, this pranayama. And another most important benefit of pranayama is the prana shakti, prana vayu, which we are taking through each inhalation. That itself helps in improving our healing powers within the body, pranavayu, when we are taking in, because each and every cell needs oxygen. Oxygen is required for each and every system, each and every cell within the body, for proper functioning of all the organs, all the systems. Oxygen is also very much important, more important than the nutrients from the food which we take. Oxygen is more important. First is oxygen, then this water, then comes the food, the order of importance. And another most important thing, which is very, very essential, is meditation. Nowadays, many people are talking about meditations. Meditation is nothing but stilling the thought process. The moment we think of meditation, that we should not get any thoughts, we keep getting all sort of thoughts. So if we can do meditation in a proper way, that itself is, when we are stilling the mind, when there is, it is a thoughtless condition actually speaking. There is no thoughts coming into the mind. In, when we can get such a situation, such a condition, that prana shakti, that healing powers within the body are activated to the optimal level with meditation. If but it has to be done in a proper way, in a proper position. If we can do, it goes a long way in feeling most of the problems. So all these things when we are doing for everybody, see, nature in our system, people come to our center like to take treatments for maybe 1 week or 10 days, whatever period it is possible, and whatever the condition, whatever the problem requires, they do take the treatment. But actual thing, what is to be kept in mind is naturopathy is not a therapy. It is not a system of medicine. It is more of uh, changes which we need to bring in our daily routine. So that is something very, very important. The change in our daily routine, the way I have told, getting up early in the morning, taking water in the morning, doing some physical activities like yoga, pranayama, and taking proper food, whatever is required, that much only, not more than that. See, we also have a saying like, we should eat to live, not live to eat. Nowadays, what we see is people just keep consuming because it is the time to have food, just having something or the other, because the food has been prepared. If we don't eat, it will get wasted. So we need to eat that. But we are treating our stomach just like a dustbins. Our body is not a dustbin; it is a temple. We have to treat our human body in like a temple. If we treat this body as a temple, because the soul, the main part of our body is our soul. Soul resides in the heart. So this is nothing but our this is our living body is nothing but a temple for the way we have gods in the temples. This is a living temple. The body, the moving, our physical body is a temple for the divine, that divinity which is inside, the soul which is there inside. So this is also a very important aspect about meditation. If we can do every day, at least, not if not for a long time, maybe 5 to 10 minutes also. If we can do meditate in per day, that takes care of lot of things. It gives a very good health, and most importantly, meditation. If we can do regular basis, it it relieves a lot of stress, because people nowadays are having so much of stress, so many stress related problems. Every other person, even small child, will say I'm having a lot of stress, because they are having the schools. When they go, the moment they start going to school, they are being given so much of homework, so much of work, they are not able to manage it. So stress, every other person is having so much of stress, and because of the stress we are getting so many problems. So if we can get rid of this stress at the initial stage, and moreover, when the moment we are doing meditation, another thing which we can develop is clarity. Clarity, we can say, or wisdom, we can say. Clarity means, see, most of the stress related problems is we are having all sort of thoughts which is not necessary in our mind. Most of the times we keep thinking of others or some problems outside us, which are not actually, they don't have much importance, but we give so much of importance for most of the unnecessary things. That is where people are getting so much of stress nowadays, focusing more on the unnecessary parts, unnecessary things. Something happening somewhere, somebody is saying something, किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया, किसी ने किसी और से कुछ बोल दिया, मेरे बारे में कुछ बात हुई वहां पे, such things. So they are giving so much of stress to people, thinking of so many, making, thinking so many of all about these stupid things. I should say stupid things only because they don't matter at all. Somebody is saying to somebody something. How can it matter to us? See, we should be focusing in what is important. That is all the problem. That is where the problem lies in today's world. We don't focus on what is required actually. We keep focusing on unnecessary things. So much of unnecessary stuff we keep focusing on, which is not at all important for us. If we focus on, if we are able to focus our mind on what is necessary for us, what we need to do at present moment, in this moment, what we need to do, if we can focus on that, that is what is required. Automatically we start developing clarity, we start developing wisdom, because then we cannot do the wrong things at all. We will be doing only the right thing. That is what is developed with meditation. So If we can do meditation, nothing, we don't need anything for meditate. Simply, you have to sit at one place every day. Just close your eyes and just you can just focus on your breathing pattern. Just focus on breathing pattern only. You don't need to do pranayama also. You just observe the breathing pattern. So, like this, gradually, if we keep doing every day, we can still our minds. Stilling the mind means getting rid of all the unnecessary stuff, unnecessary baggage which we keep carrying all our lives. We see people, uh, some sometimes, some decades earlier, something happened. They keep carrying the same thing along with them all these years. A heavy baggage on their mind, on their head. The moment they start speaking about it, they feel as if it is happening in front of us at the moment. So this is a very, very big problem. Most of the stress related problems, many times we see this is a problem because they keep thinking of something which has happened in the past. Or that is one problem. Another problem is we keep planning too much. See, we don't know about what is going to happen tomorrow, but for which we keep planning too much. So many things we keep planning. We make so much of about come to finances or doing giving facilities to the children or so many things. We have to do this, we have to do that. See, first, if we can focus on the present moment, what we have to take now, what we need to do at the present moment, we don't have to worry about the future. We don't have to worry about the past as well because past is not going to come into the present. It is already gone. The time is gone. It's not going to repeat itself. So why we have to bother? We have to spoil our present thinking just about the bad things which has happened in the past. Somebody did something wrong to me. Something happened in the past. Something wrong happened to me. Just keep thinking about all those things. It gives so much of stress to the mind. So that should we have to get rid of all that. So and another thing is the moment we are doing so much of planning about the future. So we don't know about the future. Simply planning too many things about the future is not going to help much because tomorrow something else may be happening. Then again we get disturbed, again we get depressed, we get anxiety. All these things. So if we can stay in the present moment, in the present today, whatever we need to do, just keep doing that. So that itself can prevent so many things in a very, very simple way without making things complicated. So this is one aspect of having good health and about our daily routine, what I told already, just by having proper food and proper water and proper sleep. See, if we are having proper food and we are not taking enough sleep, if you are not getting proper sleep, then that is not going to help in any way because the moment you are not having good sleep, the food which you are taking, it won't be getting digested properly. So that is also a problem which we face nowadays. People don't get enough sleep, and another thing is coming to the one more thing which we can do to prevent so many for a preventive aspect by doing kriyas in the early in the morning, kriyas. There are some yogic kriyas, very simple techniques. Like there is a vaman dhavati we call it, just drinking 3 to 4 glasses of water and vomiting out. Just by doing this simple technique, so many things we can prevent. All the gastric problems, headaches, migraine problems also can be prevented just by doing Vamanapti. Similarly, there is Jalaneti, Rabarneti. Jalaneti means uh, putting water from one nostril and getting it out from the other nostril. Similarly, there is Rabarneti. There is one thin pipe will be there, rubber, which is inserted through the nostril and brought out from the mouth by keeping 2 fingers into the mouth and getting it out. So these are some of the very simple things which are very simple treatments which we can do. And as everybody knows about the COVID time, in during the COVID time, this Jalaneti, Rabaneti, Vamandoti, all these things have been proven very, very beneficial because most of the problems which happened was low oxygen, respiratory problems were the most serious problems during the COVID time. So this naturopathy treatments, naturopathy, small kriyas and walking and yoga, these things, they itself gave a lot of relief from the COVID symptoms of the COVID without taking any medications. COVID was prevented by most of the natural treatments without having and taking any. Moreover, the medications which were given during the COVID, either it may be the medications of COVID virus itself, they have given a lot of side effects. We can say side effects or complications. So many joint problems, so many things have come up. All those who have taken the medications and whoever has not taken those medications and just followed the natural way of living, natural therapies, they didn't get any of those problems. So this is so easy to follow. Naturopathy is so easy without medicines. We have to do this so many simple things at home. Only thing we have to become aware of all these things. When we have to eat, when we should not eat, when we should sleep, when we should not sleep, and what has to be, what we should actually eat and what we should not eat. All such things, because whatever if food, if we can consume our food in medicine. Everything is there in our food. Food, all the nutrients, all the requirements of the body, everything will be present in the foods which we can consume in natural way. Especially fruits, vegetables, sprouts, these things and cereals. These things, if we can consume in a proper manner means easy to digest without much processing of the foods. If we can consume, that is, we can maintain a very good health. And coming to this malnutrition also, undernutrition, iron deficiency, anemias, and all that. Most of the pregnant women and most of the uh, pregnant women and lactating women and infants, early infants, to prevent so many problems for them, just taking iron. Uh, Simple thing. In villages also we do get this moringa, drumstick leaves and curry leaves. These leaves, if we can powder them or we can give them in a medicine way, in the form of tablets or whatever is possible, in a simple way, we can prevent all these things. Like take more vegetables. You should consume more green leafy vegetables, more of the all different categories of vegetables and all seasonal fruits, unprocessed seasonal fruits. If we because these fruits, they are very cleansing in nature. Fruits, if we can consume, they contain all sorts of vitamins and minerals, because they are the immunity building elements. The immunity of our body is built by vitamins and minerals. Similarly, the vegetables which we consume, they contain all the essential items, essential elements like amino acids are there, and essential oils will be there, and carbohydrates are there, and fiber will be there. So everything is available in our foods, and if we can grow them in an organic way. Nowadays people are going for organic foods also, and organic food means without any chemicals, without any pesticides, and without any fertilizers being used in that. All natural fertilizers and natural pesticides being used in it. So that also goes a long way in preventing so many health issues, and in growing in an organic manner. Nowadays, people are also going for uh, rooftop kitchen gardens. Kitchen gardens, people are growing their own vegetables, their own fruits in their. So if we can do such things, it's so easy. So fresh vegetables and fresh foods without any adulteration, we can get them readily available. Freshly, you can just plug them and you can cook them. You can see the taste, how tasty they will be. The taste will be very good. It will be just something divine, we should say. So this is one way of preventing all so many of the problems by consuming natural foods. And medicines also we can prevent to a large extent. We can prevent medicines if we can follow these natural principles, natural health principles. taking 2 to 3 liters of water in a day, and taking 2 meals a day. Only 2 meals in a day, no small meals. And every day doing taking 2 to 3 liters water, and doing exercise. Exercise is a must, at least 1 hour. If possible, if we can do 2 hours of physical exercise per day, 2 hours of yoga asanas, if we can do, that will go a long way in keeping our health in a good condition. Like the IYD, International Day of Yoga celebrations, also the yogasanas which they are in the yogasanas which they are telling in that to be performed, standing asanas and the lying down ones and sitting ones. At least if that much asanas also we can do on a regular basis, it can go a long way in keeping good health. Because we are again, when by doing these asanas on a regular basis, we are helping in keeping our health in a good condition. And because most by doing these asanas, this all the hormonal systems, they come into a normal condition, and all the musculoskeletal problems like our bodily posture is something very important. Posture means the way we sit, the way we stand, the way we walk. This is something very important which helps, which goes a long way again to prevent so many health issues. Sitting, standing, and walking, the way you are walking. Because most of the body pains which we get, like spondylosis, arthritis, and so many other painful conditions, many of times these are because of our adopting wrong posture. One of the major cause for in this is today the we are using some system and computer or laptop. We have people will software engineers or whichever IT department or whatever. Most of the people are using computers nowadays. They just keep sitting in one position for hours together. Sometimes 4 hours, sometimes 6 hours at a stretch, just simply sitting in one position. So when we are sitting in just one position for 6 to 8 hours at a stretch, what will happen to our neck? What will happen to our spinal cord? What will happen to our legs? So this itself is causing so many problems to us. So this technology, with coming of technology, there are so many benefits. At the same time, if we are careful enough to take care of our health, like if you cannot avoid the computer work, at least in between you can have a walk, as short walk, or you can keep moving your legs or your hands at least, and in between doing a little bit of pranayama, breathing exercises, some things like this. You can keep changing the posture. Then again, this also can go a long way in preventing so many. The muscles become sore, na? In only when you are staying in only one position for a long time. Most of the muscles, whichever muscles are getting strained in that position, they get sore. They become sore, and over a period of time, they become tender and they become painful. And after some time, it comes up as a spondylosis or arthritis or such conditions. So, if we can prevent these things in the beginning, in the initial stage, uh, then it will be of a lot of help. We can prevent nowadays. So many surgeries are happening, knee replacement surgeries. So many people are undergoing knee replacement surgeries. So many people are undergoing again these vehicles which people are driving nowadays, especially gents, two-wheelers which they are driving. Not only gents, even ladies also. Two-wheelers has become a very common problem. To be driving two-wheelers also, the posture which is adopted during in the driving, that causes a lot of strain to the lumbar region of the spine. Lumbar discs get affected. So this on one side there is a lot of benefits using this technology. Another side, there is so much of problem happening to us, especially our health is being compromised. If but only thing is, if we can use them, use the technology in proper way, then only we can have a good health. Because the if we are overusing the technology, not taking proper posture, not adopting proper posture, not having proper routine, daily routine, We getting so many different problems. Even new problems are coming up nowadays. Either it may be stress related or the nervous system being affected because of too much of exposure to the radiations of this systems. Nervous system also gets affected, and so many different problems, new problems are coming up. So how far it is useful, we have to understand this. How much we have to take it, how much technology in this. We have to keep a balance in how much we need to use, to what extent, in a healthy way. To keep, see, if we cannot maintain our body in a healthy manner, and we are using technology, we are doing work, we are doing all that, everything we are doing, but if our health is being compromised, then it is not going to take us anywhere. Because the moment we are health, our health is lost. How can it be? How can this technology be useful for us? We do so much of work, we earn so much of money, we do so much of work, we strain our body, we are earning so much of money, but at the end, after some time, maybe after a decade or 2 decades, once our health, we lose our health, and then whatever money we are earning, we have to spend all that money to gain our health back. But most of when once a lot of damage has happened to the system already, sometimes it becomes very difficult, it takes very long time to get back to normal health. So uh, so that is the reason why we have to get back to the nature. As much we are using technology, as much we need to be as natural as possible, be as near to the nature as possible, using just the natural elements to keep our health. We can ourselves, actually, we can ourselves study our body. Doctors, when we go for a consultation, doctors will understand only what we tell them, whatever symptoms we tell them, that only they understand. But we can study our body if we observe. If we observe our body, our system, our our hunger, our appetite, our everything, all our systems, if we can observe, then we can become doctors ourselves. We don't need to go to any physician anywhere outside at all. We don't need to take any medicines at all. We can become our own doctors. So that is the main thing, main concept of naturopathy. Naturopathy is nothing but treating the diseases in a natural way without any medications from external. Just using our nature, just using nature, we can treat most of the problems. Okay, I wish you all the best for this International Yoga Day, as which we are going to celebrate tomorrow, 21st. And I hope most of the people, they understand the real importance of this yoga, and yoga, meditation, pranayama, and all the natural daily routine, natural foods, everything. I hope everybody comes to know, understands about this daily routine, and does follow this, and will be able to follow, and they will be able to incorporate all these natural things into our daily life. That is what is called natural. Okay, thank you so much for your patient listening, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for having a session, and I also thank everyone for having your hearts with us today. Dhanyavad from the team of Jigyasa.